Hey there guys, welcome back to Skirmish Miniature Gaming. Luke here, and playing solo at the moment because we are in lockdown in the UK. So I thought I'd smash out for our Sci-Fi Saturday a bit of Walking Dead All Out War, because I did the Watch and Learn video some time ago and never got onto doing another game for it. And I'm planning maybe to do a little mini-series for it, maybe like a few episodes for like a short campaign if you like, maybe for a bit of fun. But got some ideas floating around that, so let me know guys if you want to see that in the comments down below. And please do subscribe to the channel if you're new, or maybe if you've been watching for a while, if you like The Walking Dead and other skirmish content. That's what we do here. Throw a like on the video for sure, and leave us some comments down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on the game. I've mixed up a little scenario from the Left Behind Us expansion for Walking Dead All Out War, but using more of the core set stuff in that mission, so I'm mixing up a little bit, but more or less following that kind of scenario that's in the expansion there. But I hope you enjoy this one, guys. Make sure to throw a like on the video. I will see you there. So then guys, here we go to the setup for today's solo game of The Walking Dead, and All Out War, should I say. And yeah, it's going to be one I'm taking from the expansion set, which is is the Miles Behind Us expansion, which is the one that has like Herschel and the farm and all that in it, but I haven't had those models painted up yet, so I'm just going to take one of the scenarios from the set, which I've set up here roughly, or something similar, or take note from it and kind of make it my own scenario as well, add my own bits and bobs into it. But essentially I'm going to use the same rules, pretty much the same, except for, and basically what it's going to be is, because I'm playing solo, I'm going to be using Rick and Carl, whereas usually it would be Tyrese and Carl, Rick, sorry, as the leader. But then you'd have a group B, which is down at the bottom here, which would usually be Julie and Chris, but I'm taking Liam and Sandra, because I haven't painted up the models from the expansion set. I've only got the ones from the core set, so you can actually choose to use your own models anyway on a points-based limit for alternative participants, as you can see there. So group A, which is Carl and Rick in this case, has to be 1 to 3 survivors, which I have 2, and it has to be you get a 125 point limit. Rick and Carl are 62 points cost anyway, but then I get to spend the rest on gear. So I've given Rick a 38 revolver, ranged weapon, and I've given him a baseball bat. So that's going to be Rick. He's obviously going to be my leader, so I'll get to use his leader ability if I want to. Then Carl Grimes is going to be, I've given him probably more upgrades really to make him more survivable. He's got his lucky hat, 22 revolver, and a ratchet. And the lucky hat on a roll with the black dice, the luck dice, the chance dice, I get when he's downed, if I roll the star, then he basically comes back. Essentially, it's like obviously his lucky hat, so could come in handy. To be fair, didn't put any bandages on either of them because I can always scavenge. To be fair, but the scenario itself in that expansion book is chapter 2 technically, but I'm playing it as a single lone standing scenario just for a bit of fun today. So in terms of what we're doing, we've got the 4 cars in the middle, which is, as you can see there, you've got a massive walker zone, which has to be 6 inches away from pretty much where the 2 groups are there, and then you can pretty much sprinkle walkers everywhere. You're meant to have 14 walkers. I only have 13 from both sets, the first 2 sets, so that's how many we've got in the middle there, pretty much the same, so we won't be able to bring in any additional walkers for event cards. However, this specific scenario, unlike the first game we played with the Watch and Learn, has a special rule called Endless Horde. So whenever I take out a walker, they literally just spawn back on the edge of the map, as you usually do with walkers, but every time I kill one, they literally just come straight back. So it's going to be probably a hit and run scenario, this one, to be honest, because what we have to do, usually the way this is played, I have to deploy Group A, which is Rick and Carl in this case, within 3 of that corner, which I've done already. The 2 in Group B, which I'm looking to help out and help get to, as who are survivors, basically I'm helping them get to safety, which is in this case going to be the gas station or petrol station, if you're from the UK. So we've got Group B that we have to save. They don't activate, they can attack in self-defense more or less, they can react to enemy walkers coming after them, but otherwise they can't be activated or used whatsoever until a member of Group A gets into base contact with them, and then they'll basically come under my control, because I'm going to be playing solo, so I'll be playing Group B as well once I've touched base with them essentially, and then they can act as normal. But You're not allowed to give Group B any gear whatsoever, and they are basically, it's just 2 straight up survivors, so I've put these 2 in from the core set. And then we all, once we've got to those, have to get to, in this scenario, the petrol station. Usually it would be within 3 of this corner, but given that I've put that there as a cool extra different kind of thing for my own take on the game type, it's going to be, if you can see underneath there's a doorway in the middle of the petrol station there. That is going to be what we have to make our way over to in the dyno gas station. If basically we get within base contact of that door or any of the 2 windows in the front there, then you can, what I'm going to say is that we have to roll a scenery scramble test, if you like, climbing test, and if you roll a star, then you can open the door successfully and you're in. And that's basically what I'm going to do. So if you're able to roll a star, it means you've been able to barge open the door or smash through a window and jump in. Otherwise, the 4 cars that are in the middle, they've got the scavenging markers in them, so if I wish to actually scavenge anything from the cars and turn them over once they've been searched, then there are 4 options to do that. Otherwise, pretty much is as really, other than that, it's a normal Walking Dead game. The threat level starts at 6 in this one, so quite high, and because I'm playing solo at the end of every round, I have to up the threat level by 1 anyway, let alone everything else. Also did forget to mention that to actually win the game, you only have to get 3 survivors through the doorways or into the petrol station or the gas station to be successful, which means 1 character can technically die. If all characters in your group die, then obviously you lose the game. So I'll see how I can do, guys, playing solo here, but yeah, let's get into this one. Right then, I'm going to activate Carl first, and he's going to sneak around the corner there, and then what he's going to do is he's going to make noise for his second action to attract the closest zombie here towards him. She's then going to run 6 towards him, like a crazy ass woman she is, straight into base contact. For him making the noise, he's whistled at her, and then it's going to be Rick to go. He's going to actually use his leader ability, which is Stay Calm, so he can actually roll a blue dice to reduce the threat level by that many points, instead of doing a normal nerve thing. And it's only 1, but 1 will do. It goes down to 5, and then Rick gets to make a second action. He will make a sneak, and he'll get round the side as well of the same one there, and so long as I'm not in the kill zone of this other dude, I'm quite happy, so I am. That's fine. That is my 2 actions for each fighter there. It will now be on to the event phase. We're on low threat level, so let's see what we get here. We're getting +1 threat, so we're back up to 6 for one thing, and then all quiet, but we're on low to medium high threat, so the tension reaches fever pitch. Add 1 to the threat level immediately, draw 2 more event cards, applying the results 1 at a time. Oh dear. So we're going to do the first one and then the second one simultaneously. We're on low threat, we're on threat 7 now. Each player moves 1 eligible walker towards the nearest survivor. I'm solo, so whenever it says my opponent gets to move something, I just do it instead. So 2 walkers get to move towards the nearest survivor. Right, I'm going to choose this guy here because he's closest to the survivors over here, and because he just moves into the car, and that'll be that really, just moves into it. And then over that side, I'm going to pick this guy because he will just move into that fence as well there towards the closest target, which is Rick. So he just moves into the fence line. Those are my 2 choices. That's that card done. And the threat level also goes up by 1 after that card, actually, sorry. So we're still in low, but now with the second card from that first one I drew, the Horde, nothing goes up again, so we're still in a no threat level. The player with the initiative chooses a walker and moves it in a direction of their choice. All eligible walkers within 8 inches of the chosen walker then also move, converging on the chosen walker. Okay, so yeah, forming like a herd, I guess. Because I'm playing solo, guys, it means that I can still choose a walker, but because I'm playing solo, they always move towards the closest friendly model, not in a direction of my choice, so I have to choose carefully here. I'm going to go with this model here. She moves into the back of the truck towards me, and then all walkers within 8 inches are going to converge on her like a herd. So I'm just going to work this out now. Okay, and that is all of the walkers that were within range of her. There were a few on this side here who walked in a straight line and hit the blue truck in the middle, so they've stopped. The one that was already in touch with this terrain piece here has moved around it now and into the herd, and these two from over this side here pushed directly towards her without any terrain in the way. This one here was about half an inch out, which is really unlucky because she would have moved out of the way a bit as well there, that walker. But otherwise I've created a bit of a line that I can run down now with Rick and Carl if they can get rid of this zombie in the attack phase, but we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so into the melee phase, and because there is melee to be done, the threat level goes up by 1. So we go up to threat level 9, which means we're in medium threat level now, and it's going to be on to Rick putting his attacks into the zombie here, and he gets +1 red dice to his roll because of his proximity to Carl. He also adds another red dice because he has the baseball bat, and he's going to have a white dice anyway for his normal melee. So let's see what we can get here against the zombie. Getting a 5, and the zombie only gets 1 red dice here for attack, which is 1. So more than doing it there. And that was a very good roll because we got the exclamation mark, a critical hit, which means that we completely knock out the zombie, and we get. She will definitely come back for endless hordes anyway in the end phase. Moving on to the end phase, the zombie comes straight back. She's come up behind, and I'm going to place her there on the same side as the closest survivors there. But they have to be as close to me as possible but not being within my threat zone, my kill zone. And that's just because I'm playing solo, so she will pretty much just be halfway down there, as long as she's not inside my kill zone. Slightly closer there, and that'll be her done. That's the zombie drop back in. This is the endless horde, I guess, and it is just going to be straight into turn 2. The threat level goes up by 1 again because I'm playing solo, so we're up to medium threat level 10. And it's going to be into turn 2. Let's activate our Rick and Carl again. Carl's going to go and he's going to try and reduce the threat level. A star will reduce it by 1. No star, I kind of needed that. So now his second action, he's going to run and distract the closest zombie. So he gets all the way down the line here to there. Closest zombie, after he makes noise for running, then runs into Carl. In fact, Carl is actually going to end his movement there, and the zombie will then move into him after the run, because I wanted him to come after me, but I also want Rick to be able to sneak into base contact with him afterwards without these zombies having to run after Rick. So that's the plan there. So Carl's made a run after trying to lower the threat level. Rick will then go. He's going to lower the threat level on his blue dice for 2. And that's what we want. It's down to low threat. Perfect. Ready for the event card to come through. That's what I wanted. And then he's going to sneak, and I've pre-measured this to make sure I can get in again onto that zombie. So tactically working my way down the flank there. The herds kind of helped me as well. And we'll just draw an event card now because none of the zombies are close enough to make moves, and this one's already in combat with me. So roamers, that doesn't sound good, does it? No threat level increase, so it's just going to be all quiet and low threat. Each player moves 1 eligible walker in a direction of their choice. I'll take that to the bank. So obviously, like I say guys, I choose 2 walkers, but they then have to move towards the closest enemy survivor, not in a direction of my choice. So I'm going to choose her over that side. She's going to shamble towards closest, which will actually be this way. So she just walks towards the survivors over here, Sandra and Liam, and hits the car. And then I'm going to choose, let's go with, let's choose this guy at the back here. The closest there is going to be 10 away from them, and yeah, 11 or 12 away from Rick. So he moves 6 down towards these, which will be straight down to there. And that's the zombie there. Zombie movement done for that event card. No increase on the threat level, so luckily we're still in low threat for now. However, it's going to be on to melee phase. The threat does increase by 1 because there's a melee happening, and it's making some noise. And Rick, once again here, will go and attack the zombie. 1 white and 2 red dice again. Same again with the baseball bat. Into the zombie. Ooh, only getting 2. The zombie gets only 1. So the zombie still does get knocked prone. Knock her back an inch that away. And then she will get knocked prone for now. Okay, I've got to roll a luck dice now. And on a star, it stands back up. And no, it doesn't, so it's still prone. Interesting. Okay, so zombie stays on the floor for now, and we will safely move on into the 3rd battle round, and threat level goes up again, because once again, we're playing solo, we're back up to 10, so I may have to keep trying to reduce that threat level to keep it at low if possible, but we'll have to wait and see with that. So what we'll do here, we're on a straight run now to help out our survivors, and they can join us. But it's going to be on to turn 3, and once again the action phase. I'm going to make a run here with Rick, and he's going to go straight over to the other side of the road there. Next turn I should be able to slowly sneak over towards these two to help them out. However, now it's going to be that zombie for making noise for running is going to move and budge into the fence line there, so the next time I make a run he's going to start moving around it, so it's not so good. However, what we'll do, second action for Rick, he's going to try and reduce the threat level with his special blue dice. For 2, we're back down into low threat, that's what we like. That's what we like. And then what I might do with that, to be fair, I might just get away with a sneak now from Carl, to be honest. I'll check where his kill zone is. And at the moment, he can't get in with me, so I think I'm fairly happy with just a sneak from Carl, and then he'll try and reduce the threat level, so get down into there. On a star on the black dice. Yep, so we reduce it by 1, it's down to 7. Keeping down the threat fairly well right now, keeping it at low threat level. But it is now onto the event phase. As I've just shown, there are no enemy walkers within kill zone of any of my friendly models. So we'll draw an event card here. Let's see what's going to happen now. Alarm. Oh dear, here we go. Player with the initiative chooses a car or other resource hub if there are no cards in play, but there are cars. If possible, it must be one that has no survivors within 6 inches. The car's alarm goes off, creating mayhem instantly. The car will cause mayhem again at the start of every event phase until a survivor moves into contact with it and uses a search action to shut it off. Once the alarm has been shut off, discard this card. Okay, so we'll keep that one in play for now then, and I will probably just choose the red car over on this side. So all zombies then will move towards that actual target because it causes mayhem. So obviously these just tucking in to the car. This one's 6 away, so she'll move in. These ones are already in contact with this truck, so they'll move around the corner here towards the truck there, and we'll measure the other ones around the edge here. But otherwise, obviously also when mayhem happens, we increase the threat level by 1 again to 8, so good job I decided to go and reduce the threat level again with Carl. And how very intactical of me, I didn't mean to do this whatsoever, but it is actually working out. So this zombie is within 8 inches of the car as well, so he's going to move 6 back that way, which has helped me out massively. So so far the event cards are treating me pretty nice, to be honest, but at some point in this game it's probably going to go south, but we'll wait and see. Sorry, that zombie was definitely in range. It was 10 inches, sorry, not 8. So we might have other zombies here in range, and this one here is also in range, so she's going to move into the truck. And that is all of the zombies, so we'll go on to melee phase. There's no melee, so it is just on to end of the turn, I believe, there, and into turn 4. We'll up the threat level again, and we're back into medium to 9 threat level. And then we will go into turn 4, and the action phase again to move my fighters. Rick is going to sneak, which should be enough to just get me, yep, and that can get him into contact with both of the survivors there, into base contact with him, so now I can activate both of them, and it's going to be second action for Rick. Use my blue dice to decrease the threat level for 1, so it goes back down to low threat on 8, and then, oh, also, forgot to say actually, this zombie here, stand up again on a star. No, blank stays prone. He must have been pretty hacked up by Rick there with his baseball bat smashed in, so he's still on the floor. Let's activate the let's activate Sandra actually. She will sneak and go towards the zombie there and distract the zombie. Second action then for Sandra, she'll try and reduce the threat level. On a star. Yep, she does it. Goes down to 7. We're doing all right here. And that's her done. I'll now activate Liam. He's going to sneak around the edge of Rick there and just get into behind the barrier, get a bit of cover. Then he might as well try and reduce the threat level on a star. Nope, blank, so it does nothing. Carl is going to sneak and he's going to go just around the corner here and stay in behind the car. Let's do something fun, and Carl will be mischievous. He's going to be searching the car. Rick doesn't notice what he's doing, so he's going to search the car here. So we'll do a supply card. Oh, it's a lurker. Incident. The searching model suffers a melee attack with 2 red dice and may only defend. The attack is subject to the bitten rule. Increase the threat level by 1. Discard, discard. Ouch. So we'll increase the threat level by 1 anyway because of that card. Well done, Carl. Of course, you can rely on Carl to do that. Very thematic. 2 red dice then against Carl, and it's going to be 1 hit. Carl gets 1 red defense dice. Here we go. And he gets 1 as well, so I will win that one. Right then, so that ends Carl's go. He tried to search the car there and nearly got bitten, but the zombie didn't quite get him in the end. He got away with that, so the zombie falls back into the boot and he smacks him on the head and he goes back in. So a little bit of a growl and Rick turns around like, what's going on? Into the event phase, and I think the only zombie in range of anyone is this pink lady walker here. Then we need to draw an event card. Also, the alarm is still going off on the red pickup truck there, so everything keeps on moving towards the truck, which is alright with me, to be honest. However, it does mean that the threat level goes up by 1 into 9 threat level. Other than that though, threat level 1 up by 1 for the mayhem on the alarm, and we need to draw an event card, so let's see what we get this time. We're now in medium threat, guys, as well, which is not good. So won't stay down, medium threat, as low threat in addition. So you get low threat, and then in addition each player rolls a blue and moves that many eligible walkers in a direction of their choice. Right, okay. And then for each prone walker, roll a black on a star. The walker gets up. If there are no prone walkers, add 1 to the threat level. Okay, so we resolve it in order. So for the low threat, we have 1 prone walker on a star. He gets up. Does get up, so the prone walker gets back up. That's not a good start. Sees Carl as well. And then add 1 to the threat level for the low threat scenario, so that's up to 10 already. And then onto the second part, the medium threat. It's going to be rolled 2 blue dice because I count as my opponent as well, and that many walkers have to be moved towards the closest friendly model. So it's 3 walkers have to be chosen by me, and they have to move towards the closest enemy model. I can't choose models that are already in base contacts, so I'm going to choose to do... Let's go with you, and you. So that one there is going to move around and hit the truck. That one there is going to move around and hit the back of him. Actually, you can move through walkers, to be fair, so he would probably end more like there. And then the woman on the other side of the truck there, female zombie, she's going to move around the side there and end up in the middle. And that will be the event card done, I believe. So it is just going to be on to melee. On the roll of a black dice, Sandra can get out with her special rule, Nimble. So on a star, she can get out of combat, and she doesn't, so she's stuck in. So she's going to have to defend herself, I think. She's got a white dice for defense. Defending on a white dice, zombie gets a red for 2 and a crit. I'm looking for a 2 and a crit. Yeah, okay, whoa. That could have been so much worse. I needed bang on what she's just rolled there, so good job, she's good at defending. I managed to draw with the zombie on 2 and 2, and that means that I win, being the person with initiative, I guess, or the user player. And so I get to push the zombie away an inch. There we go. End of the turn, no zombies are prone, so it's just going to be into end phase, increase the threat level by 1 again to 11. It's getting pretty bad. And then it's going to be on to my turn 5. Sandra is going to make moves. She's going to actually run. She's going to run all the way to the flank here. And that's going to attract the closest enemy zombie there to get into base contact with her. Rick will then also run. And we'll get into... Tell you what, actually. Let's run and get onto the other side of her. And then she'll be the closest, so she'll move towards Rick. She gets into base contact there. Also, sorry, Sandra will try and reduce the threat level with her other action, even though she's now in combat. She'll do that as her first action. So she gets a black dice on a star. Yeah, so we reduce it by 1. That'll do me nicely. That'll do that. Then on to Rick's second action. Same again. He'll try and reduce the threat level, but he gets a blue dice, remember? And he gets 2. We're back into low threat on 8. Calms the situation down, holds his nerve. So that'll do him nicely. That then allows me to activate, you see, Liam, because otherwise when he activated he would have had to have taken a nerve test because we were on medium threat level. So now I've brought it down, we've held our nerves. It's going to be on to Liam, and he's going to probably not run because now we can attract too many zombies at this point. So I'm going to move up into some cover here. And then I'm also going to activate Carl. And Carl is going to go... he will be too close to zombies, so he's also going to sneak. He's going to sneak... Oh, maybe he does need to run, actually, to get and help Carl. So, yeah, he's going to run. He's risking it. He's being silly old Carl, like little Carl again. He's going to get to there because I want to get within the kill zone of Rick, and that works out just about right. So Carl gets over there. However, closest zombie within 10, which will be the one in red there, is going to move 6 towards the noise, which will be a shamble. And we'll get him just up to the corner of that grate there. So he's going to be going after Liam now. That's not so good. Second action for Carl, though, he's going to then roll a dice to see if we can reduce the threat level. And it'll be on a black dice. Star does it, and it does. We're rolling stars pretty well here. So that is going to be down to 7 on our threat level, but things are going to escalate again quickly, so I needed to reduce it really if I could. And now it's going to be into the event phase. This zombie here is definitely going to be closest to Liam, so he's going to move in straight into him then, a straight line. These two are already in combat, in melee, and therefore I think other than that, nothing else is definitely going to be in range. So once again, the car alarm is going to go off. This zombie's now standing up, and we'll move over towards the car. This zombie here will also move over towards the car there. The others as well, moving in a straight line up behind each other there. They're all still surrounding that car. It's actually helping me, if anything, really. But then threat level does go up by 1, which is the bad part. Then draw an event card. We're in low threat because of us reducing the level, and won't stay down. So for each prone walker, roll a black. On a start, they stand up, and there are no prones, but we do have to increase the threat level by 1 according to that. So we're back up into medium here, and then going into melee phase, we'll be into 10 threat level because we have melees going on. So the noise causes the threat level to go up again. At the beginning of Sandra's melee here, we'll do a black dice on a star. She gets to run away. She gets a star this time. She'll push an inch in that direction, as close as she can to get away, and she's now gotten away from the zombie, and the zombie won't be able to attack her this round because she's nimble. We'll do Rick's combat. He's within the range of Carl and his usual shenanigans, so we'll do 2 red dice and a white for Rick again, sorry, for being within the kill zone of Carl, but also for blood ties, but also got a baseball bat. See what we can get. We get 4, including a crit. Zombie gets a red for nothing, so the crit will completely wipe out the zombie, smacks it across the head, and it's out of action. It'll come back in the end phase, obviously. Then we're going into Liam's combat. He's not so good. He's got melee for a red dice for 1 hit, but the zombie gets 1 hit, so it's a draw, and Liam will win that one, and knocks the zombie prone after pushing him back an inch. There we go. Pretty well done again there. It's going to be on to the end phase, and we'll see if this prone walker stands back up on a star. No, stays prone, and it's going to be on to bringing back this walker here. closest to one of my models, which is going to be Sandra, and this zombie can't deploy down here because it'll be within the kill zone of one of my own models, so she'll have to drop in over that side and just enough away from Sandra, but not so close that she's in her kill zone. There we go, that'll do it. So Sandra's getting surrounded here by zombies, but she is nimble, so she's quite clever at getting away from things. We'll go into turn 6, and threat level goes up again to 11, and that's beginning to be a bit hard to actually bring down now, isn't it? So we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that, but it's going to be onto my action phase again. Let's see what we can do. Sandra's going to go, and she's going to sneak her way out of this situation, getting up to the petrol pump there. Got to make my way around, remember, to either of the windows or the door, and then I've got to use an action to roll the chance dice on a star. I break through the window or the door and get inside, but that is for each character, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. For her second action, she'll try and reduce the threat level, because why not, on a star. Love rolling them stars down to 10 threat level, but still in medium right now. Liam is going to go, and he's also going to sneak, and he's going to get round the edge of the car there, staying outside of zombies' kill zones at the moment. I think Rick's actually going to run. He's going to run and get around the other side. Oh, does he want to run? Yeah, he'll run. He's going to get to there. Zombie will then move into him. Carl will then run, and he'll get round in behind his dad, but the zombie here is the closest, and we'll move straight forwards towards Carl, and we'll go into combat with Rick. So Rick's taking on 2 zombies right now. Carl then wants to try and reduce the threat level, I guess. And Rick obviously didn't do that either, actually, so he might as well try that as well. We'll do Rick for a blue dice, for reducing it by 1. Carl on a star, which I get a star again, so reduce it by 2 for both of those actions, down to 8 again in low threat. We'll have to wait and see what happens with this, though, because we're going to draw an event card now. Zombies have all moved in, there's nothing in range of them to move in extra. Rick's already surrounded by 2 zombies. So then we're going to be going on to car alarm, sets it off and goes into threat level 9, medium target threat level. Zombies are already either in combat, in melee, or already surrounding the car, so they'll stay there. It's going to be an event card, see what we get, and it is The Walking Dead, +2 threat level, up to 11. Brutal. And we're in medium threat. 2 blue dice walkers enter play, and the same walkers are then each moved towards the nearest survivor. We already have walkers in play, so what I'm going to do is just say that the 2 closest enemy walkers, because I don't have any other walker models, we're going to just say that 2 of the closest enemy walker models are going to make a move towards the nearest survivor. So Liam's the nearest one to these 2. They'll both make 6-inch moves, which is going to be close, actually. They're going to have to move around. They walk in a straight line, so they both just walked into the van. But, you know, that's is what it is, I guess. If they get to move again at some point, it's going to be even worse. So that is The Walking Dead. And let's go into the melee phase. Obviously, Sandra's not in combat right now. The only person in melee is Rick. And there are 2 zombies on him, which is going to be hurt quite a bit, I think. Right then, so Rick's surrounded by 2 walkers, which means 3 dice in total for them, 3 red dice. Rick has Carl in range though, so Carl will be able to give him an extra red dice, and Rick obviously has his baseball bat. So this is going to be 1 white, 2 red for Rick. Oh, that's a good roll, and he's got a crit in there as well. That's a good roll by Rick. However, the walkers do have 3 dice between them, and they only get 1, so that is 4 damage from Rick, which is enough to prone one, and I got a crit on one of the rolls, which takes one out. So I'm going to kill... Both get pushed back 1 inch. Then I will take out the pink walker completely, and this one will be knocked prone. Because I only got 1 crit, so only one can be completely beheaded. The other one will be knocked prone. Into the end phase on a star. This zombie will wake up. Nope. On a star, that one gets up. No. Wow, I've been very lucky with the black dice, I have to say. Then the pink zombie comes back, and she should be able to just go back to Rick, who's the closest there. And the kill zone is outside of range, so she comes on there on the edge. Yeah, it'll be into turn 7 and some action phase, shall we? Sandra's going to take one for the team. She's going to sneak into the zombie here and try and run away in the melee phase. I'm going to sneak around the edge here with Rick, sorry. Also, Sandra will try and reduce the threat level with a star. Getting it again. This is going my way wonderfully. And then Rick will do the same and try and reduce the threat level, which is a blue dice, sorry. With 2, down to low again. Liam will go. He will sneak that away and get around the other side of the station. The next turn we should be actually up on the building. Carl will also sneak, but he will go towards his dad. That way, up behind Rick. That's all the actions from my guys. Carl will actually try and reduce the threat level as well on a black dice, but doesn't do it. So it's going to be into the event phase. All zombies are in combat or not within kill zone range. Car alarm goes off again, as always. So upper threat level to 8, back into medium, which isn't good for me. And then it'll be on to drawing an event card again. So let's see what will happen. Oh, actually, these 2 zombies will move back towards the van. That way. There they go. Event card. See what we draw. Pandemonium, +1 threat level to 10. We're in medium. Each player rolls 2 blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in a direction of their choice, which will just be towards me. And then blue dice number of walkers enter play as well. Brutal. So 2 blue dice rolls, 2 and a 3, 5 walkers have to move towards me. So yeah, I'm going to actually choose the, well, it's going to be the 5, sorry, furthest away. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's going to be a shamble for all of them, so I'll push them all forwards. They move through the walkers, remember. Okay, that's not so good for me. They've all moved over that way. Luckily, their kill zone has already been worked out, so Liam might get away with this here, but those 5 have moved through the walkers and over that way, and now it is going to be the second part of that, which was blue dice walkers move into play. 2 walkers, they will be brought on the side, would usually be brought on the side, but we've got no walkers left. As I said, instead, I'm just going to move 2 of the closest enemy walkers towards me, which in this case is going to be this guy, and then this one into Liam as well. So 2 are now engaged with Liam, ready for the melee phase. That's not so good. Luckily, I do have other guys ready to jump into the gas station. I knew it was going to come down to this clutch moment, and now for Liam, he's going to have to do some melee, so we'll wait and see what happens, but it's going to be into the melee phase, and that is that card complete. So there we go. It's going to be melee phase, increase the threat level by 1 to 11, still in medium, pretty much just because we have melees going on. Sandra, on a black dice with a star, will get to run away with nimble. She doesn't, so things can happen here. We'll do her combat then, so the pink zombie there, I'll defend with Sandra to try and push her away. Oh, get a blank. The zombie gets, on a red dice, 1 hit, so Sandra does actually get hit and she takes a damage. She'll go down to 3 health remaining, and at the same time she's going to be pushed back an inch. Right then, so Liam's melee, he's got 2 zombies in with him, so they get 3 red dice in total. Liam only gets 1 red dice, so it's not looking so good for Liam, but we'll do the zombies and their attacks. They get in 4 and a headshot. That's not so good, or a bite in their case. Liam defends with nothing. Wow, he takes 4 damage, and that actually knocks him out. So he goes down to 0 there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not something you see too often. So Liam goes down, and he will turn straight into a zombie. The zombies were successful. He's perfect amount to get him down, and if he wasn't, he was going to be badly bitten. So Liam turns into a zombie. And yeah, that pandemonium really hurt me this turn. So Liam's now a zombie. We've got 3 zombies now guarding the entranceway to the station, and we've got my 3 survivors that I need to stay alive as well to actually complete the game successfully. So that's how close it is now. And at the end phase here, we need to see if the walkers here stand up. So here on a star, no. Here on a star, yes. So this one stands back up. And that's going to be that end of the turn. We increase the threat level again by 1 to 12, medium threat. And then we're going to have to go with turn 8. And can we pull it off here? It's going to be extremely close. Okay, we're now going to go with Carl, and he's going to try at the beginning of this turn to sneak and get over to the window perfectly with that movement. And on a roll of a star, the kid's going to go first. Carl's going to try and jump through the window and smash it in. On a star, he does! Carl successfully makes it into the gas station. He runs up to the roof, calling down to his dad to see where he is. He's looking over the situation now. Carl's successfully at the gas station. We're then going to go with Rick himself, and Sandra's just going to try and use her run ability to the max, really. So Rick's going to now try. He's getting up to the same window, and he still has to try and see if he can scramble through the window for a climb action. He doesn't, and that's what can happen, so he only gets to the window there. Sneak action for Sandra, and she's going to get underneath Rick there. There we go, just to the side of him. And she shouldn't quite be within the kill range either of the zombies, of Liam's zombies, so no, she's not quite. So unless event cards really muck me up, then she should be alright. She gets to the window. Can she get through on a star? She doesn't either, so the two grown-ups, Sandra and Rick, will have to fight side by side to try and get out of this mess and get into the gas station for supplies. Into the event phase, and the car alarm actually goes off again, which will help me out here, to be fair. So that is going to move everything back towards the car here. Increases the threat level by 1. We're going to almost be going into high threat level there, so if the next card increases the level at all before I do anything, then it's going to go even further. So let's see what the event card is. That was the car alarm. It's the hunger. Increased threat by 1 first. We're into high threat level, and as medium threat in addition, so I've got to do the medium threat first. Each player rolls a blue, which is 2 blue for me, and moves that many eligible walkers towards the nearest survivor. Then in addition, all prone walkers immediately stand up. So I do that afterwards, but I'll do the 2 blues first. So we've got 1 and 3, so 3 altogether. I have to choose 3 walkers to move towards me, which logically are going to be the ones furthest away. There we go, she's moving up to there. He's moving up behind her to there. That's the walkers done. Then all prone walkers stand back up. And that's the end of the event phase there. Put the card away, and it's going to be on to the melee phase. There's no melee, so end phase, no prone walkers, no walkers out of play, and it will just be straight on into 9 to see if we can get through. Increase the threat level by 1 again. We're up to high threat. If we get to the red skull there, which is actually only 3 more threat level before we finish the game here, then we actually lose the battle. So against the zombies. So it's into action phase turn 9 to see if we can get through into this gas station. Remember, you can't do the same action twice in a round, so I can only roll the dice once per turn here for each character. Rick on a star gets into the gas station. No. So he'll try and reduce the threat level for a second action, which will be by 1. I guess it helps a little. Then Sandra will try and reduce the threat level first on a star, which she does. Goes back down to medium, which helps out a tad. Then she can try and get into the gas station on a star. She does. She leaves Rick behind to do it himself for next turn. Sandra gets into the gas station. She's also up on the top now, shouting down at Rick, trying to turn away the zombies. Rick's now on his own down there, fighting off the hordes of zombies. This car alarm's probably the only thing keeping him alive right now. So we're going to the event phase, and the car alarm goes off again. These zombies move back towards it. So that's that. Threat level goes back up by 1, back into high threat, which isn't good. We'll draw an event card for this round, which is going to be Roamers. So we're in high threat. Each player rolls 2 blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers in the direction of their choice, which is, it's just going to be towards me. Then blue walkers enter play. Okay, so no walkers are going to enter play, so it'll just be that many will walk towards me again as per my rule. So let's do 2 blue dice and move that many. 3 plus 1, 4, and I'll do a 3rd dice because I can't enter any more walkers into play, which is another 3. 7 walkers move towards Rick. Wow. So I'm literally just going to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the back here, and that'll all move towards Rick. So that's kind of giving you an idea about where the closest are walking towards. Getting right up to the end there of the gas station. and they're all moving through there. They're all running after him, getting under the dino gas station there to get to Rick. He has one more turn to get out of this mess now, so no threat level increase there though, so it's just that's done, I guess. It's going to be on to the end phase again. No melee for Rick, no prone walkers, so we just increase the threat level by 1 again, because I'm playing solo obviously. And it's going to be on to turn 10. Let's see if Rick can do this. He needs to still smash through this window. Reduce threat level actually, first of all, on a blue dice. Reducing it by 2. So I'm going down to back to medium threat, but it'll go back into high with the car alarm going off again. So now for Rick, it's just seeing if he can break through that window for his second action. On a star, he does it. He doesn't, it's blank. Oh, this is not good now, because those zombies are going to be coming after him probably this round. Let's check the kill zone. No, actually the kill zone is not close enough to be fair, so he's still not going to be targeted quite yet. It's going to be on to seeing if Rick can survive this round, I guess. We'll see what event cards happen. Threat level goes back up to high though, with the car alarm going off, and all of the walkers once again move straight towards the van. There we go, they've all started to move 6 back towards the car, the pickup truck, and increase the threat level. It's an event card again, and it's going to be high threat level. Let's see what we get. Feeding Frenzy, oh my god. So medium threat has to be done first when we're in high threat level, so and then medium threat says as low threat as well, so we have to do all threat levels here. So we start off with all quiet and low threat level. Roll a blue dice for each survivor engaged in melee against 1 or more walkers. On a star, the model loses 1 health point. If there are no models in melee, add 1 to the threat level. So we just add 1 to the threat, because Rick isn't in melee quite at the moment. So we add 1 to the threat, we're up to 15. Medium threat, as in addition, each player rolls blue dice and moves that many eligible walkers towards the nearest survivor. 2 blue dice, a 2, and a 2, that's 4. That's going to be 4 walkers. I'll move the back 4 again here. They're all going to once again push through the zombie crowds. They're all pushing forwards. Then the last one on the card, high threat, is in addition, every walker gains red in their melee this turn. So luckily, none of them made it in against Rick once again because of the car alarm. That's the only thing that's, to be honest, has kept the zombies going back and forth really. Other than that, it is just going to be on to the next turn. Once again, we'll go up a threat level. No melee, so only 1 at the end of the turn. And we're on threat level 16, looking at it upside down. 2 more threat levels, and we actually lose anyway, because threat level gets so high that zombies swarm us and take us out no matter what, and there's no way out. So it's down to Rick this turn on a chance die to see if he can get through this window. He's really struggling to get through. He's fighting off zombies at the same time. The one lucky thing I have here going into turn 11 is that Rick has high nerve and therefore doesn't really panic even at the hardest of times. So going into the next turn, and once again we'll try and reduce the threat level by blue dice for 1. Threat level gets reduced by 1, just holding him off for a little while. We're so close, 3 away from it now. On a chance die, on a star, Rick breaks his way through into the gas station. Yes, he finally does it, breaks in and joins everybody up on the roof away from the zombies, and the crowds of zombies all just kind of push in around the gas station, and they're held up in there for now until help turns up, I'm sure, and that'll be that. Literally, to be honest, that game, I'm not sure what I think about the car alarm system, because obviously that kind of kept the zombies back the whole time, although you could argue obviously that if that wasn't there it would have been pretty much impossible, so I can see that game mechanic. And it makes every game completely different. We might not have got that card until the very end, so we did get there. We needed 3 survivors to be there, get to there in the end to be able to do it. I thought that actually worked really nicely. It got very tense in the end there, didn't it? They nearly didn't quite make it, but Rick and Carl, they made it in the end, and they'll get their supplies and hopefully return out home safe and sound. Sandra was really handy actually. She was pretty cool to use. Obviously she had her nimble ability, which helped me push through zombies. She was the one that's kind of dodging in and around them so that she'd distract them from the others to get through. Liam did unfortunately die. He got turned just before the end, and he didn't quite get to feed on any of the rest of us, which is a success in my eyes. But he's in there somewhere. There he is. He's in the middle. He's a zombie now. So, but we did need 3 of us to make it out of the 4 to actually be successful. So very, very tense game. Really enjoyed that one. Nice bit of solo play. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that one. If you want to subscribe to the channel for any future Walking Dead All Out War content, make sure you subscribe, guys, for future content. Throw a like on the video and leave us a comment down below. Get talking to me about some Walking Dead All Out War. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Until next time, as always, happy skirmishing. Hi there, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please do make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure to hit the notification bell. Also throw us a like on the video and leave us a comment down below. Finally, if you would care to support the long-term progress and stability of the channel, please sign up to become a Patreon member in the link below the video for as little as $3 per month, just like the amazing people to the left of me. You will gain access to many different benefits, but you will also be making sure that we can still put out videos for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching, and you can check out more of the videos here right on our channel. Everything skirmish. But until next time, happy skirmishing, guys.